Hello, thanks for clicking across to the site. So why should you consider a storage unit? Well, this is quite low risk. It is a UK bricks and mortar physical real estate investment. There's a fantastic rental guarantee of at least 8% over the 6-year period, and there's a guaranteed buyback, and the minimum is just $3,750. And there's a lot more that I'll go into in a moment, but this is a really, really strong investment, one of the best I've seen for a long time. Storage is something we all need, whether it's temporary storage when we're moving house, whether it's business storage. We in our business we have a storage unit. You have to keep tax records for 7 years. You may have to keep some stock or some printing, and it's really flexible now to have these small, medium, and large size units available at relatively low cost. So it's been a booming market, and it's still growing really fast. Yes, there are a lot of players in it, but we're nowhere near saturation with this market in the current time. The main benefits: you've got full leasehold title. Whether you buy 1 unit or 10 units, whatever size they are, you end up with leasehold title to them for a 250-year period. You can do this either directly or through your SIPP, whichever you prefer. As I say, there's a guaranteed 8% net income. They actually also guarantee it will be higher than that in the subsequent years. Their models are based on 10% in years 3 and 4 and 12% in years 5 and 6. Or you could take a variable option where effectively you just go with an agreed outcome based on the reality of your unit being rented, which is probably going to be somewhat higher than the guarantee, but obviously you're taking a slight risk that it doesn't happen. Multiple exit strategies: you can hang on to it, you can sell it to someone else, you can sell it back to the company. A range of different ways of getting out of it, including, critically, if you're looking at a kind of risk assessment, a guaranteed buyback. There's also scope for capital gains, which I'll go into in a moment. The market's still growing 10 to 15% per annum for a decade, and this provider is also very competitively priced. They've already got 5 fully operational facilities and 3 more under development. So you're not taking some punt on a brand new company here. They're already operational, and they're using this approach as a very creative way of financing their growth rather than going out to shareholders or to the city or the banks. And there's just 10% deposit needed to get into this. So here's some comparisons for a 25 square foot unit. Big Yellow charging $14.50, Safe Store £17, Armadillo $12, this provider just £8.17, and they're highly profitable at that level, which shows you what the profitability of some of these other companies must be like. Here's a table that you may have seen if you receive the WealthWatch newsletter. I put this in the little insert in there. So the entry-level unit is 25 square feet, costing £3,750, and you get a net income from that after these various ground rents and service fees and so on of 8%, which is £300. All these varying shapes and sizes up to a 200 square foot unit for 30k, exactly the same proportional income, 2,400 net coming out of that asset. So that's an excellent return to start with, and as I say, that is the basic minimum from which they expect to go up to 10 or 12% in the subsequent years. So if you look at that sort of forecast, those are the numbers they're talking about. And of course, if the yield goes up, the capital value of the asset goes up because somebody is buying income. It's a bit like a bond. You're actually trying to buy a guaranteed income stream. And the industry average for this kind of storage unit is 8.8 times the yield. So assuming we get to those 12% numbers, a 30k investment would actually turn into 44k by year 6. Then if you add in the income you've had, which is about 18.5k, you've got a 6-year return of 108% or 18% per annum. So that looks eminently achievable to me in the current climate, the current market. The worst case is a guaranteed 8% and a guaranteed get your money back buyback. So the downside is virtually nil. I don't know where you're going to get 8% in the bank or any other kind of sort of conventional investment. The upside is that you could get as high as a 12% yield and an increased capital value of the unit based on that. So to find out more, just pop your details in the form below. You'll immediately get access to a full detailed brochure about the investment and also to a due diligence report which will hopefully answer most of your questions. I can then send you the latest availability, the sizes and prices and locations and so on, and we can get sorted in terms of making the investment work for you. So I hope you're as excited about this as I am, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side when you've popped your details in there.